protection from the center. You don't get any goddamn protection from anywhere. Listen to this lady.
A 7-year-old boy named Nancy Stephen survived a massacre in Plateau State last week. His father was shot dead. His mother's arms were chopped off. His siblings were beheaded. And he too was struck, slashed in the neck, but he survived. Over 56 people were killed that day. Over 5,000 are now displaced, cramped into churches, yet silence. No religion promotes any sort of violence, talk less of killing. This is pure evil. This is pure evil. And we need to stand against it collectively as rational human beings. Condemnation must be collective, and silence is complicity. In Nigeria, we keep quiet. We keep quiet until it affects us. We keep quiet until it comes knocking at our doorsteps. We adapt, we don't act until it concerns us, and we can't keep waiting for that to happen. So let's call them what they are. They are murderers. They are killing for fun. They are worse than terrorists. They are psychopaths. So disarm them, arrest them, give justice to the victims, and give healing to the survivors. Enche survived, but Nigeria won't until we all speak up. This is not about religion, it's about humanity.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Either you believe it or not.
Thank you, media. The campaign of terror in the middle belt part of Nigeria, in northern part of Nigeria, politically sponsored, by the way, you remember that, all of this. Both internal and external influences, right? All for control, for power, fear, subjugation, kind of like, and then you have people who give themselves all kinds of a protection, right? From who? Then they leave their people vulnerably in the hands of these murderers. Then they can put up all this, their fake tears or care, like this earlier guy. I just see somebody who is just lamenting, and then millions of people in Benue State think this is their governor. Their governor is calling on their president, and their president is calling on Macron, and Macron maybe just don't give a SHIT. Right? Here is earlier again on a rise on the same issue.
The point I was trying to establish here is the fact that most part of the states were under attacks. We had 17 local governments that were badly under attacks. When we came in the last 1 year, 9 months, we fought this to 9 local governments that we are now heavily under attacks. As I speak, we have 6 local governments that are under attacks. And these include Apagatu, Logo, Ukum, Katsina Ala, and then Kwande. What we experience is the armed herders come in. Before now, they could just come with their herds. The Fulanis will come with their herds, and then to the isolated local governments, move through, and then do the attacks. The people settle down. What we had somewhat less killings. What we have as a new face of these attacks is the fact that the people who are attacking us now, plus the herders, armed herders, are not just coming with any herds at all. They don't come with cows. Rather, they come fully armed with their AK-47 and AK-49. They come in alone, wear one dress, and they can stay in the bushes as long as they can until they do the attacks, and then they disappear. After a week or two, then they come in now, there are folks coming now to occupy those spaces. If you go to Kasinala local government, in most part of Ukum local government, this is the occupation that is made. If you now come to Gwe West local government, it's even worse. Now, here's the thing. These attacks are deliberate. You move to Zone C now, where I speak about Apa Agatu. The attacks were also very vehement. Of late, Otukpo local government is also included. But what we experience in Otukpo is the kidnapping, and then we write very large sums of ransom attached to that and all that. These attacks are very deliberate. These are calculated. They come in, attack, fully with the intent of killing, and then the point.
Nuisance lele.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
Very, very anyhow person. I mean, we all know that the state governors do not really control the military or the police. Baba, your state is under attack. Your people are being slaughtered. Ransoms are being collected. Their livelihood are being destroyed. Their farms are being destroyed. What other excuse do you need? You are collecting over 400 million naira every month, though, for security votes in Benue State. Do you know that? 474 million. 474 million naira security votes. They will withdraw the money. Call this pot-bellied, uniform-wearing terrorists in a state. They are chiefs. Give them some of the money. They will say they are doing security meetings, security reports. And that's it. But you know what, let's say 1 month security vote can do? I mean, something you can attempt enough that the whole Benue state can know if an order comes from Abuja to come and disrupt your effort in tackling this. Tifnumbu and his gang, the other day, Dani Bulaba was on TVC. And he was there, right? Kind of like pushing the agenda, like pushing the idea of to combat insecurity, right? The state governors should go on and buy more vehicles for the police, for patrol. And that's what they do, which is also like, about just imagine what 400 million naira can do in Benue State in tackling these terrorists, if this guy is actually sure. The first thing is, if you can invest just 50 million naira on a very powerful drone, on powerful drones, this time around, so first, like he said, they will kill people in these local government areas, right? Or that local government area. They will take over their lands. So do you actually have those locations? Do you, I mean, Nigeria no who get they no who get any human being anymore within that space of power in that contraption. A state governor don't buy like over 400 million naira every month. That's not a cheap money. That's a lot of money. I mean now 4.9 to like almost 5 billion naira a year. That's a lot of money. But imagine if you just invest a fraction of that, okay, in which you acquire enough, gadget that can actually capture where they are. Then you recruit and arm, even if not just 2,000 special, 2,000 too much. With that kind of money, recruit just 1,000 special up. Nobody needs to know about them, for God's sake. With that kind of money, your people are being killed, slaughtered. You are there calling on Tifnumbu, calling on others who intentionally, they have accommodated, the system has intentionally accommodated these murderers. There's nobody who has the spine, the political spine to stand up to them. But your people are being bled. They are being slaughtered like this. And you have this money, but special up, 1,000 of them with special ammunition training and the rest of that. Special up, with all the collected data. Now, one by one, you will take out all of their camp from Benue State. They won't come there anymore. Although that, if to say Nigeria is a real place where you have the true federalism, that won't be necessary. Because what I mean is that people will defend themselves. You know, they would have put together legislations and all the rest of that that defends their territories. You have their true federalism, or better still, if everybody goes their separate ways. If all of us go our separate ways, it would be your duty to defend your country against any invader or invaders. Just think of it. All of these states where they are having all these killings and all that. And this is just me trying to kind of like, well, you tell me what I just said now is not impossible. It's impossible. Can you tell me that no, what you said is impossible? It's not impossible. It is just that they don't have the political will to do it. And then the people would have to suffer for it. I mean, what do you think? We are talking about the killings in Bokos, in Bassa, and so many other areas in Plateau State. Oh, there's a place called Mangu. In Plateau State, they've killed them severally. There are videos of all the, oh God. You know what? The video I'm about to share with you is not in English, but I can tell you what this mofo is saying. So there's a report that in retaliation after the attack on Mangu, some people put it on them, take it upon themselves to go after the Fulanis and their cows. They killed 20, right? Then the government kind of like intervened and decided to probably settle them. The people of Mangu are now saying they don't want to see Fulani again. They don't want them in their area anymore. Now the Fulanis are now protesting to say they are warning the people to be very careful of what they are saying, because they are not leaving Mangu in Plateau State. Why? Because they are forefathers. He actually said that their own grandparents settled on the lands that they currently call their own. But like you just waka, you enter one place and you settle there. You know, like all these storybooks, right? This history. Ide waka. He became thirsty. He asked the oracle, where can he see water? Oracle said, now this place where you are is going to be your land. Now, use this your leg to scratch, and then to scratch the ground, and water will come out. That's how we became the Yakutupa people. So we, the people of Yakutupa, were coming. Our ancestors were coming. They are coming. They just got to a place. Just said, "Oh yeah, here. Now here you go stay," and that's how the land became theirs. Baba Fulani is playing that card in 2025, and I'm not joking. They are telling the people of Mangu that they are going nowhere because their ancestors settled on the land. Who sold the land to your ancestors? Who? No, nobody sold the land to our ancestors. Our forefathers just said, your forefather, since when? It's over 20 years ago. 20 years ago, God, that means it was after this your fake democracy, Abi. So your ancestors came around in year 2000. And they don't become the owner of land in Mangu. This is what Nigeria means for those who want to find out. Settlers are now warning the indigenous people, or else the war.
Kuzama jarbanga mu dai ba mu ce ku doki doka a hannu ba, amma akan wannan abin da ya faru muna roko kamar yanda muke tare da gwamnati. Ai an yi na biyu ne ko na uku a bangaren fushi shanu kusan 30. Fulani ana kuka, ai nan ma ba jama'a. Ana kuka da hawaye, muka hana su, muka ce ku yi mana biyayya. Sun yi biyayya, mun kai kukanmu ga gwamnati. Ranka daɗe mun gode. Ga wanda ya mana jagora. An ce ba za a iya biya mu ba, amma za a share mana hawaye. To ranka daɗe yau hawaye mu ya zo gwiwa. Muna so dan Allah dan Annabi. Akwai zaman da muka yi da kai. Kafin ka shiga kai zama da gwamna, mun ce ka gaya ma gwamna mu fa Fulani sa ne. Kuma ya sani fa jihar Plateau fa ya kamata Mangu ta zauna lafiya don gidansa ne. kuma ya fara turban zaman lafiya a Mangu. Wannan abin mun zo na kai ka san irin abubuwan da muka yi da kai, kuma na san ka isar da sakonmu a gaban gwamna. So muna roko wannan sakon ma ya isa gaban gwamna. Yau in mun ce mu ma za mu yi kaman sauran kananan hukumomi, in an kashe saniya mu bi mutane mu kashe fa, ya kasan za ta zauna. So don Allah ina yi wannan maganan, musamman in akwai shugaban matasa na Magabul, ku ce masu fa, don Allah su sa ido. Idan akwai wayansu miyagun da sun zo sun shiga a cikin ku, suka aikata wannan abin don su haddasa mana fitina. Kamar yadda mu ma muna yi a area mu, ba mu yadda wani bakon Fulani ya shiga cikin mu ba, mu mun san kanmu ta wannan axis din, to kuma muna son ku iri wannan darasin dan Allah, domin ana ba mu report akwai bakin da suke shigo nan kasa, kuma akwai wanda sun yi hasari a mota kuma baki ne, kuma za a kawo su Mangu ne. Mun samu wannan report din, to amma muna dogara da Allah ne, ba mu da wata kasa daga Mangu sai Najeriya. Kuma a mitin a gaban GOC na ce, dole ne Fulani Mangu mu zauna tare, dole ne. Wallahi Magabul ba su isa su kore mu a kasan Mangu ba, mu ma ba mu isa su kore su ba. In sun ce za su kore mu ne sai dai mu rasa kasa. Ya gaskiyan kenan, tunda iyayenmu kakanni da kakanni ana aka haife su, ba mu san wani guri ba. To amma wannan caman kai hakuri, watakila gwamnati ne ya shiga ciki. Mun yi wannan bayanin ranka daɗe, kuma mun faɗa a mitin mai girma gwamna gaskiya ya faɗi gaskiya ne. Amma gaskiyan da mai girma gwamna ya faɗa sai wayansu yan siyasa a kasan Magabul sai sun yi amfani da shi su sake dawo mata gwamna fitina. Gwamna ya fito a TV ya ce satan shanu collaboration ne. Akwai kabilan Magabul, akwai kabilan Birom, akwai Angas, akwai ma Fulani. Tsakani da Allah ƙarya ne? Faɗan haka, mu muna cikin kasan kunnen mu a buɗe, su suna ce, okay, an bidi gwamnarin sad mine, so yaksu muna wad mu mine, so yanzu ne gwamna zai ga satan shanu a Mangu. Wannan maganan mun ji shi, kuma na gaya maka maganan mun fasa shi. Sai gashi nan an fito in bol, sama da mutum 30 an zo a ta shanu. Amarish. Kaga wannan in sata ne mutum 2 ne ko 3 ne za su zo su yi sata. Amma mutum sun zo sama da 30, me wannan? Attack ne.
Madam, yeah. It is to let them know that the Fulanis in Mangu Dole ni, that means they are not going anywhere. But don't forget, that is one of the cow owners whose cows were killed by angry people or whose relatives and loved ones were killed. So they blame them. But they are not indigenous to Mangu. They chose to settle on a land in Mangu. Nobody challenged them, or maybe they did challenge them and they shot at them. There you are. The settlers telling the indigenous people that they are going nowhere. They have come to stay in Mangu. So the next thing you are going to see will be calling the people of Mangu and this Fulani for peace meeting. You know what? You are community. Let's everybody come together. But you won't see anybody from Mangu in Plateau State, right? Shooting and killing their people in far away Sokoto, demanding for land. Nobody does that. They do it. I mean, it's their own doing. Yeah? Can somebody help me knock a spanner on the head of that? There's one mofo in the comments, especially on YouTube, okay? Yeah, there's AB or something. Yeah. I read a comment where he said that I'm doing everything to distract all of you from Tifnumbu's tribalism and bigotry. I saw it. I just want him to know I did see that comment, okay? I won't really respond to it because I want somebody to help me knock you spanner. And I mean not temporarily, permanently. You can do that. Africa Wala or the director's court. Did you see that comment, right? Yeah. Me seated here trying to distract all of you from Tifnumbu's bigotry. Can you imagine? Yeah? And somebody sat there in their dinghy and they commented that on Mayegun's Diary Politico. Do you see why I've been using my brunch time to expose the the deep, what you call the deep tribalism, the deep bigotry